Am I the hole for my wife's behavior? I think she needs counseling sessions and some couple therapy advices. I'm 32M and my wife, 34F, and I have only been married for 6 months. It's been anything but easy. She's a PhD therapist, and I recently switched careers from firefighter/EMT to aviation. She grew up in a tough environment, an abusive home with an absent dad and a narcissistic mother, plus a church where women were constantly put down by men in authority. I don't have first-hand proof of this, as she's cut ties with her family, but I've always trusted her word. From the start, she's pushed hard for me to go to individual therapy alongside couples therapy, but she refuses to go to individual therapy herself, saying she has nothing to improve on. She does admit I'm not 100% of the problem, but it feels like that acknowledgement doesn't go very far. Things were fine until 2 weeks before the wedding. We had a major argument because I suggested premarital counseling and she said no, which really worried me. When I told her I needed time to process my feelings, she flat out refused and didn't seem to hear me out. Throughout the wedding planning, I tried to offer help and input, but none of it was taken. It felt like I was just along for the ride, especially when she ended up having 13 bridesmaids. We did have a long, 6-hour talk after that argument, and she promised we'd go to counseling after the wedding. I trusted her on that, but now I'm questioning if I should have. She's brought that incident up a few times since, saying I caused her trauma. While she did keep her promise about counseling, most of the sessions have revolved around what I've done wrong and how I've misunderstood her. It feels one-sided. What's frustrating is how she often claims she knows exactly what I'm feeling or thinking emotionally, so she doesn't feel the need to ask me questions. When she's wrong, and she has been, it's hard to get her to admit it. Instead, she becomes defensive and tells me my feelings or perspectives are just plain wrong. 4 months into the marriage after Christmas, things hit a breaking point. She told me she wanted to end her life and admitted to staring at my firearm. My first responder instincts kicked in, and I immediately placed her safety above everything. I called a friend who told me to contact her close friends, so I did. They came over right away. While we waited, she called my response dramatic and said her friends didn't need to come. But I wasn't going to risk doing nothing. I've seen how these situations can go south for my time as an EMT. When her friends arrived, they turned on me. They said I overreacted, claiming she had said it's off the table, meaning she wasn't serious anymore. But I wasn't willing to gamble with that. Her friends made me feel humiliated, disrespected, and betrayed in my own house. They even pressured me into apologizing to her, and she just said, "Thank you." I didn't fight back because I felt outnumbered and unsupported. Since then, our marriage has been on a steep decline. I've worked hard to understand her feelings and thoughts, constantly asking questions, but when I do, she often deflects or shuts me down, leaving me feeling unheard. She's told me she wants me to take the lead, but it's clear that only applies when she agrees with me. I'm at a complete loss for how to move forward. I've put in so much effort, but nothing seems to make a difference. I don't know what else to do.